How's this for a little summertime bliss? We happen to be hanging out on the banks of the Humber River in Toronto, near where I live. We're down here because I'm going to talk about another little bit of summertime bliss, a movie, one that includes scenes of people getting the most out of their hot Italian summer by cooling off having a swim in the river. No one's going to be swimming in this river, but as we're in Canada, we should see canoeists, kayakers, maybe even a paddleboarder. So, let's get underway. Over the course of 2017 and 18, a little film rolled out into cinemas that shook its audiences, gaining a passionate group of fans and a small number of detractors. But surprisingly for those of us who love the film, there are still a huge number who have not even heard of Call Me By Your Name. Made independently in Italy in 2016, virtually for peanuts, actually about $3.5 million, it was bought by distributor Sony Classics, who spent several million more promoting it, and it became quite the hit on the festival, art house, and awards circuits. But it was no blockbuster. You don't get a blockbuster for only spending several million dollars promoting a film, and you don't help make a blockbuster by putting up videos 2 years late either. So I don't expect to turn it into one with this video series. I just hope I'll be able to nudge a few more people into giving it a look. Not you. Maybe that other guy watching. I'm not actually going to review it. There are already so many good YouTube reviews that I don't need to add another one myself. For those, I'll link a playlist of review videos that I've seen that I think are good. In this video, I just want to give people a bit of an overview of what the film's about and why it's worth watching without spoiling anything. If you're a fan already, you've probably seen it 6 times, 7, well, you know how many times you've seen it. I have other videos coming out for you, ones that get into the nitty-gritty of what makes Call Me By Your Name exceptional. We'll talk about those later. In the meantime, a friend that I convinced to see it doesn't think I should mention that the book it's based upon is considered a gay literary classic. He thinks that'll turn a bunch of people off. Sure, there are some people who won't consider watching it if they know that, and they might be quitting this video now too, but I'm not trying to trick anyone into watching. I just hope some people will check out a film that might present something new to them. They may find that even though it's a film about 2 guys, that they'll still be able to relate to all the ups and downs of falling for someone and feeling like you can't tell anyone. Oh, what? Doug says it's because I said the word literary that people will click off. Are they the people who thumbs down these videos? Anyway, Doug thinks other people should see this literary film, too. So, what should I tell you about it without really spoiling anything? Well, Call Me By Your Name is about Elio Perlman. He's super smart. No brother, no sister. His parents are also brainy. His father's a noted archaeology professor specializing in Greek and Roman antiquities. His mom is a multilingual translator specializing in literature. Stay with me. In the summers, they live in a gorgeous, crumbling old villa in northern Italy that his mom inherited. So they live very well, but they're not pretentious. Have you seen those crappy little Fiats they drive? In fact, the Perlmans are generous with what they have, constantly inviting people over and even providing free room and board every summer to a doctoral student, giving the student a fantastic place to finish up their dissertation in exchange for the student providing an hour or two's help each day with Professor Perlman's research projects. In the summer of 1983, Elio is 17 and enjoying the lazy, hazy days, reading books, transcribing music. He's a bit of a musical prodigy, swimming at the river, going out at night with friends, and hanging out with Marzia, the casual girlfriend he's known since they were kids. When this year's grad student shows up, Elio's comfortable routine is thrown off. Oliver is 24, working on a philosophy doctorate, practiced in etymology, and despite his guardedness, is just about the most magnetic guy any of them have ever met. Elio somewhat resents that he has had to move out of his bedroom for Oliver, and is a little envious of the attention Oliver is getting from everyone. But Elio is determined to impress the guy he refers to as the usurper, and whom others refer to as K-movie star. Oliver alternates between approachable and aloof, and is not an easy read. So Elio, soon buffeted by his teenage hormones in ways he didn't really expect, finds himself fixating on the visitor, increasingly enamored with him. Who can he talk to about this without his perfect little world coming crashing down around him? In the words of Marguerite of Navarre, a Renaissance author his mother is reading, Elio wonders dramatically, is it better to speak or to die? He's a moody teenager. What are you going to do? The ardent fan base of André Osman's acclaimed 2007 novel of the same name had been concerned. How well would the book translate to the big screen? One hates to see their favorite stories stripped of meaning or poorly executed when made into a movie, and the Elio of the book is incredibly articulate and has a passionate inner voice. Unless the film uses a narrator, often a clunky device that can take you out of the moment, Elio's thoughts would have to be conveyed as much as possible through body language, and with so much going on in Elio's head in the book, it would take quite the actor to portray him with real depth. The casting of Oliver would also be crucial. That actor would have to play magnetic, but aloof, outgoing, but guarded, and alpha male, but tender. Best known for playing the Winklevoss twins in The Social Network, Armie Hammer landed the role of Oliver. 6'5" and handsome as all get out, Hammer had the presence, but would he prove to have the range? The role of Elio, meanwhile, went to someone virtually unknown at the time, Timothée Chalamet. As a kid, he had appeared in a season of Homeland and had supporting roles in a few small films and in the blockbuster Interstellar, where he portrayed Matthew McConaughey's son. For anyone who had seen Miss Stevens, an indie flick where Chalamet practically leaps off the screen, playing a drama student delivering Biff Loman's classic monologue from Death of a Salesman, the casting of this young guy was compelling. Could he pull off the complex central role of Elio? Supporting roles went to equally thoughtful, natural actors, and the ensemble fits together beautifully. Esther Gorel plays Elio's girlfriend Marcia sensitively. Amira Kassar convinces as Elio's mom Anella, despite restricted screen time. And Michael Stuhlbarg mesmerizes as Elio's dad in a climactic scene. And what about the people behind the camera? Luca Guadagnino, the film's director, was not widely known, but had been building a festival and art house following based on his last two films, I Am Love and A Bigger Splash, both starring Tilda Swinton, the latter film also boasting Ralph Fiennes in another leading role. A more famous name attached to Call Me By Your Name, though, was James Ivory, who, while now in his 80s, was the director in the acclaimed producer-director team with Ismail Merchant at Merchant Ivory Films, best known for A Room with a View, The Remains of the Day, Morris, and Howard's End. Here, the accomplished Ivory, who at one point was to direct Call Me By Your Name, was the producer and the screenwriter, and he would have to cut the book down to size while fleshing out underwritten supporting characters. How did it go? When Call Me By Your Name debuted at the Sundance Film Festival in January 2017, it was clear everything had worked out. The film was met with standing ovations, and the accompanying ecstatic reviews were an emphatic response to any concerns about the novel's translation to the screen. Book fans anticipating a quick trip to see it in cinemas, however, had to wait months to judge for themselves when Sony Classics pulled the film from their initially intended summer release to line it up for awards season in the fall, starting with the Toronto International Film Festival showing. Call Me By Your Name picked up accolade after accolade as it traveled the world to more festivals, and it went on to garner 4 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture. It won 1 of the Oscars, while picking up over 230 other nominations around the world, winning over 70 awards. The book hit the New York Times bestseller list 11 years after its initial publication, and the film's fans started a campaign for a sequel. So, why did Call Me By Your Name receive so much acclaim? Beyond the outstanding acting, there is James Ivory's multi-award-winning script that goes to fresh places, delivering sharp, smart, and often slyly funny dialogue with honest and surprisingly intimate moments. Costuming and art direction that effortlessly transports you back to the 1980s. An exquisite musical score that is engrossing, filled with the classical music that runs through Elio's head and which he transcribes and plays, while also reflecting the pop music of the time that sets the social scene. A countryside soundscape that is lush when the musical score gives way. Cinematography by Sayambu Muktipram that is gorgeous, offering beautifully constructed scenes that both bathe you in the Italian summer idyll and open Elio's soul for you, whether elated or anxious. And a rhythm and relaxed pace that, thanks to the assured and patient direction of Luca Guadagnino and editor Walter Fasano, is reflective of languorous summer days and balmy evenings, and a clock ticking down. While Call Me By Your Name's seductive setting and its particular pairing of characters are uniquely memorable in their own right, the film's themes transcend its niche story to evoke the universal confusing throes of first love that we are all in the thrall of once, that get us rehearsing scenarios in our mind that we hope will get us safely through the storm, but for which we can never be fully prepared. As there's a lot more to say about Call Me By Your Name, I am uploading a number of videos to YouTube, all looking in more detail at several aspects of the film, like how it all came together, the accolades it received, the little controversies attached to it, how the glorious score was assembled, what the various musical pieces mean to the story, what the sequel to the novel may mean for a follow-up film, maybe more. My other videos, except for the controversies one, are tailored for those who've seen the film and want to dig more deeply into it. I look forward to your feedback.